The thing to be aware of at the interview is that these are professional interviewers who have been doing it for a while. They've been trained. They are trained to pick out sham marriages, okay? That is their main job, to pick out the marriages that are fake, basically for the purpose of obtaining immigration benefits. Now, because of their position and their responsibility, they may be against you naturally, but many times they're not. Many times they're nice. And so you have to just kind of be on your toes and make sure you prepare well for the interview. The interview takes about 30 to 45 minutes if there are no problems, but it could be 1 hour or more. Sometimes, if they do suspect something, you will be separated, or you will be asked to come back in for another interview where you will be separated. And they ask one spouse questions and the other spouse questions, and it's like the dating game. You got to get those answers right, okay? What the things that are looking for in the marriage is, do you know each other well? Does it look like you love each other? Are you living together? Some positive factors in showing that this is a real marriage. Now, you might think this is racist or sexist, but they're looking if you're the same race, same ethnicity, same religion, similar age. Obviously, if there is a 9-year-old woman going to get married to a 27-year-old guy, they're going to think the 27-year-old guy is trying to get in through this 9-year-old woman, So they are looking at things like that. Obviously, I mean, people of different races all the time get married, but some red flags might come up if you're different races or different ethnicity. If anything goes wrong, the best thing to do is just say, hey, can I get another interview for another time, and I'd like to bring an attorney. And another good thing to do, actually, is right from the get-go, when you meet your interviewer, ask for their name, because often there are interviewers who are very unfair. And so get their name so you can refer to them in any future dealings and say, hey, this person interviewed me and was very unfair to me. Okay, now with the interview, what you have to bring are many documents, okay? So basically all the things that you already put into your application before, you want to bring them again, but this time the originals, okay? Oh, and copies, because they might want a copy on the spot. But bring the original so that they can see the real document. So these are things basically trying to show that this is a real marriage. So the more documents you have, the merrier. You should probably have at least 6 of these. Copies and originals of all docs already used in the packet. Okay, picture IDs for both of you. Passport is the best for the non-resident. Joint bank accounts, joint bank statements, joint credit card statements, joint rental agreements, deed, mortgage papers, joint insurance, joint registration for the card, even joint membership for Costco or the gym. It helps. Anything helps. Pictures of your wedding, especially pictures when there are a lot of family members in the background. Wedding invitations, pictures of your honeymoon before and after your marriage. It's good to have a time stamp on some of your pictures where it shows that you guys were dating 2 years before you even got married. If you don't have any of those pictures, it kind of looks like these guys just met and got married, and whatever else you can think of. Okay, some sample questions that they have at the interview kind of revolve around these themes. Development of your relationship. When did you meet? Where did you meet? What kind of dates did you go on? How often did you date? The wedding. When was the wedding? Who was at the wedding? What did you eat at the wedding? Daily routine. Who wakes up first? What do you do when you wake up? Who cooks? What time does he come back home from work? Who works? Who stays home? The house. Where's the bedroom? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? the in-laws? Do you like your in-laws? Do your in-laws like you? How often do you meet your in-laws? Celebrations, holidays, traditions. What holidays do you celebrate? Christmas, Hanukkah, any Muslim holidays. Where do you go when you celebrate these holidays? Cooking food. Who does the cooking? What's your favorite meal? What do you like that he cooks for you? And then the children. If you have children, what are their names? What are their ages? When were they born? Things like that. Last but not least is, do you need an attorney? So this process really is meant for ordinary people. So not ordinary, but non-attorneys to do. But the thing is, so are taxes. It can get a little bit complicated, but it is something that most people can do. However, some things to think about when you're going to file and you're wondering whether or not you should hire an attorney, especially if you're thinking about money, is first, this is your chance to live in the U.S. permanently. If you don't get it right, then what is that worth to you? Your marriage and family may be on the line, because honestly, if you can't get your spouse to live in the country with you, you better start thinking of a plan B, which is maybe living in China, Korea, Mexico. Laws and regulations are constantly changing, so you think you might grasp what's going on right now, but the things change constantly. For example, the fees for those applications always change, and the application forms themselves change. They seem to change every single year. And if you're interested in an attorney, immigration attorneys can be found on AILA.org, which is American Immigration Lawyers Association. Okay, that's the presentation. Thank you for coming. Does anyone have any questions? I know it's a lot of information.